und die Welt erzittert.
Yes! Yes! Hey guys, Clone Guy here, and today we're going to be reviewing the 3 top tier Italian tech tree tanks. They are coming out tomorrow, and so this is a little bit of a preview episode. We're going to quickly go through their stats and then jump into some gameplay in the tier 8 premium auto reloading gun. And so these are supposed to march tomorrow, March 26th, so that's exciting. But they have given us no stats to go on. The reason being is because they don't want people to complain about the stats and the nerfs that they're going to receive from PC, because they are going to get nerfed hard. Just like the tier 8 got nerfed, and so did the Polish tanks and the new Soviet tanks. And yeah, so every tank that's been introduced since 4.6 has been nerfed really hard, and so that's probably what they're going to do here. Now, luckily for you guys, I've done the math, and so hopefully we'll be able to figure this out together. The Progetto 46, the first Italian tank that is in this game right now, has a base DPM of 1800 on PC. However, here on console, it has a base DPM of 1314. That is a 27% DPM nerf. Alright, so it got hit hard, 27%. And the tier 8 tech tree has the same gun and same DPM, so I can imagine that this is also going to get nerfed. It's going to have 1314 DPM. So now if we can imagine that they're going to do the same exact thing here with the tier 9 and 10 with the 27% DPM nerf, then I would imagine the standard B is going to have a DPM of about 1433. Yeah, that's pretty low. Okay, so that's the tier 9. And then the tier 10 has 2160 base DPM, but once again, with the 27% nerf, it's going to have 76 DPM. Okay. You're thinking, maybe that's not so bad. Well, let me put this in perspective. 1300 is about the same DPM as the higher DPM tier 2s, as you can see. These ones have a lot of DPM at tier 2, and yeah, so that's a little bit sad. And then as for the tier 10, which is 1576, we go to some tier 3s, and it has about the same DPM as the higher DPM'd tier 3s. So yeah, you're going to be at tier 10 with the same DPM as a tier 3. Now, of course, we don't know if it's going to be all nerfed by 27%, but seeing how that's what they did with the Progetto, I would imagine that's also what they're going to do with the Pantera, because they have the same gun nearly. And then we can only imagine what they'll do to these. I think 27% is really drastic, so when they come out and we find out it's only been 15, we'll be happier, right? So that's what I'm just doing right here now, is preparing you guys for the worst, so that when they come out and they're not as bad as what this video says they are, you'll be like, yes, they're not actually that bad. So what's special about these? They have an auto reloading mechanic, and we will get into that in the video. We're not going to get into it here because I'll demonstrate it in the video, but suffice it to say, the tier 10 has 4 rounds, the tier 9 has 3, and so does the tier 8. The tier 8 and 9 have 3 rounds each, but the penetration on the tier 10 is phenomenal, and so is the tier 9. They have 268 on their standard, 360 alpha with their 105 gun. It's a little bit lower, but that's still pretty good. And that's pretty much all you can talk about them. They don't have armor to speak of. Upper plate, it's angled nicely, so it'll bounce a couple shots, but the view range is normal. The mobility is, as long as this doesn't get nerfed, this is about normal. 65 is really fast though, but the power to weight isn't the greatest. This tank, the tier 9 though, that's nice power to weight for the speed, so that's gonna be really good. This is more like a Centurion Action X power to weight, so it's gonna feel like that, but with a better top speed. So keep that in mind. And yeah, that's all we're gonna talk about on this thing, because it's a fairly accurate gun. 0.33, not the most accurate. Pretty good on the move dispersion, not the greatest, but it's not terrible. So yeah, those are the tanks. So now that we've looked at their DPM, let's just jump into some gameplay with the auto reloading mechanic so we can talk about that. Welcome to Derpenberg, aka Erlenberg. Wait. Wouldn't it be the other way around? I don't know. I feel more people call it Derpenberg nowadays. Then again, I feel like more people have called it Derpenberg since the start of time. Yeah. Honestly, we should just get a petition going and have that signed. Anyway, I was not present at my computer. At my Xbox at the time, as you can see. Except I was able to press my back button. What's going on? Something happened. And, how did I press my back button? I forget what I was doing at this moment in time, but I was not at my... I'm confused now because somebody pressed my back button. Did my brother press my back button? Boy, oh boy, the confusion that's going on. And Divine killed himself. Oh boy. So anyway, Derpenberg, he's dead. He accidentally drove off the bridge, but oh, there we go. It looks like I'm coming back. Here I am. Yeah, so Derpenberg, that's why it's called Derpenberg. Somebody always drowns, and in this case, it was Divine. There's his body. May you rest in peace. I wanted to see if I would get damage off him for shooting him, but no, that's not the case. just see what would happen. But yeah, he's dead. And this flank is, well, abandoned by our team. So it's definitely not where I want to be. Now you're seeing the auto reloading mechanic here, and see, I've got one shell left, and I'm gonna fire it off just because. But yeah, you can reload one shell at a time. You don't have to reload all three, and you can fire again. So that's pretty cool. But you're gonna see just how long this takes to reload the entire magazine. In fact, let's restart this reload and get a timer going. Boom, shell out. 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to count this entire time, but we're just going to let this thing go. And we're going to, you know, obviously firing them all off will get you like almost the worst possible DPM you can have. If you fire one at a time, you reload your last shell, fire, reload that shell, fire, reload that shell, fire, you'll have the best DPM, and that's what I showed you is the best DPM. I also have a gun rammer, which you can take on this, and I also have brothers in arms. I also have optics and vertical stabilizer. But 31 seconds to reload 3 shells, and it's going to take 4 seconds to unload your entire magazine. That's 35 seconds to do 720 damage. 35 seconds. 720. It's going to take you 1 minute and 10 seconds to do 1440. Think about that, guys. 1 minute, 10 seconds to be able to kill yourself. Oh, so that is pretty bad. So now we have to wonder, is the tier 10 also going to get this 27% nerf? Is it? I don't know. I do not know. It could, it may, it might. Anyhow, let's get into this game, because obviously I don't know what Wargaming is going to do. I would imagine that's what they're going to do. And as you can see, we fired that shell right before the last shell loaded, and so it canceled that one. So now we have to wait again for that shell to reload. And so because we fired there, it actually took us 20 seconds to reload one shell. 20. Let's see, that was the second shell that needed to load, and the first one, which is I think 11 seconds and 9 seconds. So yeah, 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Yep, 20 seconds to reload one shell right there. 20 seconds. If you don't wait for your shell to reload, the other one is going to restart. And that's something you have to keep in mind. And that's a little bit frustrating, especially with the... And my shots are awful. I'm a terrible shot. Especially with the auto reloading mechanic and the DPM nerf. If you add that all together, it's a little bit frustrating, because this is a harder mechanic to use in the game. Kind of. It's kind of almost like an autoloader for idiots, because you can fire whenever you want. But to be tactical, you have to be smarter with this. Definitely, to be tactical, you have to be a lot smarter. And with the nerf, you have to be even smarter. So this is not going to be a very good line to go if you're a new player. Definitely not. And as you can see, I'm firing every time I reload my first shell, which is the worst possible damage per minute. It takes me 12 seconds to reload that first shell. This means if I decide to fire one shell at a time, which I am doing, as soon as my first shell loads, I will have 1200 damage per minute. 1200! Which is, well, to be expected if you're going to fire one shell at a time. And so your last shell specifically. Well, in this case, it's the first one that loads. If you fire that one by one, every time it loads, you're going to have 1200 DPM. So that is really bad. So don't do what I'm doing. That's for sure. And then this, when you just bounce 2 shells off in a row, that's even worse. Okay, that's even worse. So my DPM has become like 600 now. It's 600 at the moment because I can't penetrate anything. But anyway, so all the firing we've done is that 1,000 damage in the top right corner. Yeah, that's 1,000 damage. That's all we've done. In this situation right now, guys, I would rather be in literally any other tier 8 medium tank, except maybe the T69. Though I've not played the T69, so I can't judge that. That's a traditional autoloader, and it might actually even be better than this thing because of its reload. I think it has 4 shells of 240. I think it reloads faster than this thing. I'm not too sure. I will let you know on screen if it does or not. Actually, I'm not even going to let you know on screen. I'll just go check. Alright, I literally just checked, and the T69 has a 27 seconds base reload with 4 shells of 240. With 1,745 base XP, lol. No, base DPM. 1,745. That's pretty good. Well, when you're comparing it to this, that's pretty good. 31 seconds for us to get 3 shells off, and it takes 27 for them to get 4. And well, then of course there's firing them off. It takes them 6 seconds, so 33 seconds it takes them to get 4 shells off. 35 it takes us to get 3 off. That's a whole extra round for them and 2 less seconds. Keep that in mind. That's the T69. So the T69 is literally just a better vehicle. It really is. Well, in regards to that. So, but the T69 can't do this, which is what we're doing now. We literally waited for a reload. We fired them into that guy. Now we're gonna pull back. Oh, I thought we were gonna pull back and wait for another reload and then finish him, but we didn't. But it still can't do what we're doing because now he'd be reloading. We are reloading, but watch this. Ready? And we are still waiting for that 1 shell reloaded, and we can finish him off. There we go. He's down. T69 cannot do that. So that's something special about this tank right there, is you can really, really think about what you want to do with your shells, and the more you think, the better you will do, you know, and so on, so forth. Wow, I'm struggling there with words in English. But yeah, so that's what this tank can do. It's pretty devastating in that kind of situation. I was off screen looking at the stats, and I have no clue how we suddenly have 5 kills. Oh, there was an ISM, that Tiger 2. We obviously killed something else while I wasn't paying any attention, but you guys saw it. We're up to 5 kills, 2,800 damage. That's all we've done. We finally, 31 seconds later, have just finished reloading the entire drum. So let's move on. We are going to take the long way around right now, guys. Also, according to Rage Adrenaline, he was getting shot by a Borsig who kept petting him in the turret while he was held down. He was in his Lova. So the Borsig was shooting him from the direction I'm going. So that's who I'm trying to hunt right now. But little do I know, the Borsig has actually fallen back towards his base. So a little bit of a mobile Borsig. Good job for him. Definitely good job using your tank's mobility. Though that tank really doesn't have any mobility. But you know what? He was patient enough. Fired a couple shells, got Rage Adrenaline killed, and then pulled back and is back defending his base. That's a good play by him. It really is. But we're gonna, yep, there he goes. He just kills our Scorpion G on the other flank. That's a really good play, I'm not gonna lie. That's a phenomenal play by him. Very patient play too. So good job to you, sir. But I'm gonna hunt you and kill you now. I hope you don't mind. I know I don't mind, because I wanna, you know, kill's fun. Anyway, T28 Prototype, let this aim in. Just gonna secure this kill. There we go, he goes down. And are we gonna put any shells in this guy? Yeah, we put one into him, and we're gonna pull down. If we fire all our shells off, our DPM is going to be crushed. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have to wait for it to reload, wait for that second shell to load, and then the third shell, and then we'll hopefully go in and get some kills. We are up to 6 kills. We have a Top Gun, and there's a potential Radley Walters, which would be phenomenal to get. But I am a 2-hit for these guys, and so if both of them hit me, I'm dead. So you gotta keep that in mind. Where is this Borsig? Ah, there we go. There he is. Let's put a shell in him. 1. He puts a shell into us. Now we're 1 shot for the Scorpion G. We're going to finish this guy off. And I thought about backing up, but I changed my mind. I'm like, nope, we go faster forwards than backwards. He's got a slow turret traverse. And he's driving, and he misses. If he was standing still, he would have been able to turn faster. But the Scorpion G, when it is moving, cannot turn quickly at all. And we take advantage of that. And he is unable to traverse the gun in time to shoot us. And so now we're going to wait for our reload and then hopefully clip him out. Once again, this is a situation where the T69 would be much better suited because it would reload these 4 shells, not 3, 4 shells much faster than this one did. And now we're going to be able to finish him off. We fire one. He's looking at us, but he shouldn't be able to hit us on the move. No, he's looking at the other guy. And boom, he goes down. We pick up our 8th kill. Not too shabby whatsoever. Not too shabby at all. I will take that, especially with a tank with such terrible DPM as this. Indeed, I will. Anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the DPM on this tank? Do you think it was too much of a nerf? And do you think it's going to be the same for the new ones? I don't know. 105,000 credits made. We did shoot some premium rounds. Only at first class, you guys are playing these tanks very, very well. 4,300 damage, but 8 kills. I was pretty excited about that in this tank, getting 8, because I know that's probably the most I'm going to get in this thing. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Slap that like button, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you join me tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be live streaming the Italian tech tree. Not all of them. I'm going to be grinding them. Grind as far up as we can go, so we'll be jumping into those. So join me tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Eastern Daylight Time now, so keep that in mind. And I will see you guys all later. Make sure you go check out Space Bandit's YouTube and GotADingy's Twitch. He asked me to say that from now on because he kind of just uses YouTube for fun. So go check out his Twitch instead because he streams on Twitch all the time. I will leave a link in the description below for that as well. And I will see you guys all later. Take care and peace out.